the threshold of the new year, and we're already in it. It feels like such a sacred, I've got shivers saying this, it feels like such a sacred time to me. Between Christmas and the New Year, solstice, then Christmas, then the New Year. All of it is an invitation to invite in the true you, the true me, the true us, and what it wants to be this year. What are you being called to? You could inquire on that question. What am I being called to at this time? And like my long ago George Simon, benevolent teacher and helper, said, just turn up the volume on your soul and it'll let you know where you need to go. Yeah, so listening to our soul more and more, living a soulful life. Yeah, in a little spell I'm going to guide you in a bit of a journey in a nature setting to discover what you're really called to let go of now, what you're called to release, and to open to your now moment and what it is, and how you might want to maybe adjust your now moments, your now life going forward. And then what is it that you're calling in this next chapter? It feels like a sacred task, and we're invited to it every year, I think. And sometimes we do it on the solstice, maybe on the darkest, darkest day, coming into the return of the light. And sometimes we do it on our birthdays. And by the way, my birthday's tomorrow. So at first I told Kathy, I don't know, it's my birthday tomorrow. I mean, I was telling myself to tell Kathy that actually. And I was like, no, I'm going to do this because it's a good prelude to the birthday. Yeah. So in passing, in saying that, I do want to acknowledge, because I want to celebrate this with all of you, that it's been, it was 1975 that I started really working in my calling, the one I had called in. And so it's been, it was 50 years, and so this is the start of a new year. And I'll be 83, which is an 11 it comes out to. I kind of like 11s, master numbers and all that. So celebrating that with you, with me, with us all. Yeah, we have a life journey, and so where do we want it to go? And at any point, it can start anew. It really can. And we may have a deep loss or a very difficult health challenge, and yet so often really these things are leading us to the next octave of our being, so we can be open to discovering what's calling us, not just what we feel our calling is, but what is calling us. Look, you just both arrived in a new place. That was calling you, and I was thinking how grateful I am that Amazawa was called to be here a couple of years ago, because look at his place in our community. So we can celebrate all the callings that have gotten us all here, and there are callings to be had and that will take us forward. So, yeah, maybe what we'll do is a little guided journey about that. Would that work? Yeah? And Amazawa, is there a place that I could sit, like a chair that we could arrange? I find at this point in my life, it's like standing and talking. I can do it for a while, but... And since you'll mostly have your eyes closed, you don't need to look at me when we're doing it. Then I can stand up again. Boy, that looks like a lovely teacher chair. I like it. Sorry I can't see all of you at this moment, but like I said, we'll have our eyes closed. And I've become maybe I'll speak a little bit standing and then sit down. I guess I have more to say. You never know until it comes. Okay. I've become quite a believer in delineating what we're ready to release and what we want to eliminate in our lives. And it's a lot of people, when they make lists of what they're wanting to create, they want to manifest, and they start with that. I think it's absolutely wonderful to start with what we're choosing to release. It just creates more space for what we're inviting in. And why else do I like that? I think sometimes for some people that's all they know. We may be in a point in our life where all we know is I want to let go of this. And that's fine. That already takes you further. In India, I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe there's a a little two-word phrase, neti neti. And I believe it means not this, not that. Is that right? And when we know not this, not that, we're already out ahead if we don't know everything that we want to create. So we'll start with that, with the releasing, and then move into, as I said before, honoring our now moment and what might we wish to adjust in that, and then what we're calling in. And included in all of this, so often we think of what we want in terms of a new house or better health. You might want to look at how do you want to greet each day and be in each day. Do you want more self-kindness, kindness to self? Do you want more times for peaceful interludes? Whatever it is. So thinking too, or tuning into, the weaving of each day in each unique way that you'd like to have that. So the rest is up to you, and we're going to invite Jesse in a moment to play another song that's a non-lyric song. This song came to me, speaking of the old ones of this land. This one came to me as a melody in a stream that fed by Mount Ashland's snows. And I always felt it was left there by the old ones, I really did, but nobody corroborated that. And Bobcat and Grandma Aggie started the blessings of Mount Ashland, of our waters and our sacred mountains. And he always wanted me to sing this song because he knew it came from a stream fed by Mount Ashland. So every year I would sing it. And last spring, I was at Tillamook Falls, the old salmon ceremony site of the original people, the Takelma Nation there. And a woman guiding that ceremony had grown up at the knee of Grandma Aggie. Grandma Aggie was like a second grandma. Her grandma was very close friends with Grandma Aggie. So her name is Echo, she recognized the song, finally. She said, oh, I know that song. Grandma Aggie used to sing it. My elders used to sing it. So, voila. You too can find songs here, there, and everywhere. Okay, so we'll, thank you for helping me sit down. Yay. Oh yeah, that feels good. Taking care of self, see, I'm demonstrating that. So getting settled where you are, getting ready to go on a little inner journey. This is my song that I mentioned that came from that stream. I named it Stream Song. And it's just singing, and you may hear, if you hear better than me, you may hear the stream in the background. It's short, but I will guide you some as the song is playing, and then after that trails off a little bit more. So hearing the sound of this river, this stream, I mean, and the music. You can find your way to sitting by a stream or a river, a flowing body of water. There you can observe the flows just as they go. And if there are things you're ready to let go of now in your life, you can gently, if you wish, or emphatically, if you prefer, toss them into that flowing water and let them be carried on downstream and away. On and on they go. The flowing water taking them ultimately to rivers and to the sea. Far beyond you, you can bless and release those things, choosing what they are that you need to bless, release, and let go of into the flowing waters. Knowing you learned from them, you keep the learning if you wish. And now, if you're ready, you can open to incoming waters. They too are flowing past you, and you can let them reveal to you the ways of your present moment and your present moments. And Is there anything you'd wish to adjust in the way you live your present moments, your life, day to day, and in this now moment, as you're seated by these flowing waters? And when you're ready, you can open to those incoming waters and let them reveal to you the future that you yearn to live, that you feel really called to inhabit and experience. Its ways, the kind of unique grace you're choosing to call in, whether of grace of times and places, grace of things or feelings, grace of actualizing aspirations, perhaps. What is it that you're calling in now? Let the call of that bird sound made by a native flute bring to you more of a sense of the incoming, yes, the incoming things that you're calling in. Even if you don't know too much about them, you might know a felt sense of how you would like to meet your moments, how you would like to inhabit your day to day. The arc of things to come that you're inviting in may include activities that you're really embracing for this new cycle of your life and perhaps on beyond. Ways you connect with others that feel really good to you. Ways that you embrace and connect with yourself and the wholeness within you. So seated there by the flowing waters, you can let their sound, the sound you hear with your inner ear, bless you in this process too, as well as all that you see in the water's flows. And this can feel like a moment of choosing your upcoming year, what you'd like it to bring in, what you'd like to bring to it, what you'd like to share with others in it. And this can be an exploration. Can also feel like somewhat of a creation, a co-creation with spirit, perhaps. And maybe as you're tuning in to what you're now choosing to release, you might call upon Great Mystery, Great Spirit, Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, for help in releasing what you now need to free you for greater well-being, for all that you're here to be and do. And we can call upon Spirit to help us to enhance our present ways of living day to day. And to help us actualize those things that we dream of, that we are yearning to actualize. Be they activities or experiences, places, or creative expressions, or things. You may really need some particular physical plane things in your life to make it more whole, more better, as they say in Hawaii, mo better. A little quiet time for you to explore. might notice what seems to you most important to release. And ask Spirit's help, God's help, Divine Mother's help to release that fully and freely in just the right ways for you. And what can feel most important in just the ways you are in each day, how you show up, how you live each day. Perhaps you could call in help for that as well. And if it feels right to you, calling in help for building the kind of connections with others that you choose and are longing for community, for deeper connections, and for the kind of creative expression you may be drawn to also. There is help, health and help, and miracles can be found. They abound in this world, they abound. So meditating your way into the future you're choosing for yourself. Maybe there's a phrase or a word or an image or a color or a sound that seems to encapsulate really the essence of what this is that you're now releasing, what this is that you're now inviting in. With all your heart and soul. And I invite you now, when you're ready to become aware of what you're deeply grateful for. Really taking some time now within to honor all that you're grateful for. And feeling those felt senses and of gratitude. Letting them in more and more. Those feelings of gratitude. Those awarenesses of what you're grateful for. And a wholehearted felt sense of gratitude that can sweep over you and through you. That gratitude blesses up this process. It really makes it go in a good way, in the direction that you wish it all to go. And maybe some of the things that you're calling in, you're grateful that you get clarity on them. Maybe the clarity comes as a word or two, or an image, or a thought, or a feeling. And you can invite those knowings to stay deeply rooted within you, calling you forward on your journey in just the right ways for you. And now we can bless up our journey, give thanks for all that we're grateful for, as I said, and for this journey as well. Seemingly short, but maybe pivotal. In whatever way you feel to now, you can bless this process that you just have been engaging in, calling in a blessing for it, calling in deep support and guidance for your pathway forward. Knowing it is sacred, humble yet sacred process that you've been engaged in here. And perhaps feeling gratitude for the help that you'll be receiving from presences beyond that watch over you, from your guides, guardians, angels, protectors, power animals, Holy Spirit, all of that. And also gratitude for the helpfulness of others, other people in this world that have blessed you recently or long ago in childhood, in the span of time between. And knowing that this is like a ceremony that we're engaged in and you are within your own sphere, you can complete it now in a sacred way, whatever that is to you, in your own inner journey. Yes. And you get to take with you all that is of greatest value for you from this. Knowing that it's a part in empowering your way forward through this new year. And so when you're ready to, I'm going to invite you to come to more waking awareness. I'll play the drum again, just drumming you back into your heart, soul, and embodiment of now. You get to bring with you all that is of greatest value from this. As I said, it's yours. You can take it with you, let it ripen within you, and bring forth the fruits that you have called in. Fruits of letting go what no longer worked. You can bless those things and release them. You can even bless and release any beings in your life that you need to let go of. I love there's a very simple blessing that works well for that, which is, I bless you and release you. I release you to your own highest good. You bless me and release me. You release me to my own highest good. Some won't do that for you, but you can bless on their behalf. And is there anything that you would want to share aloud? You don't need to, of course. It was a very inner process that came to you in that process that benefited you or that was in some way particularly helpful or revelatory or something that you are really intent on claiming and something you really choose to release. You don't speak it if you don't want to, but you can if you like. And if nothing else, you can speak it to the one of which we are a part. And I'm remembering the song we began with, Janetta Bowser singing my beloved song, Spirit. It's just called Spirit, but that's all inherent in there. You know, living the Spirit, that's it. I was originally going to call this talk Living the Spirit, but I decided on the New Year's thing, because that's where we are. But we can always be living the Spirit each and every day in our own unique way. And our own unique way is a great way. I love that phrase, you do you. I just love it. Let's all do us in our own unique way, in our own unique being, and celebrate that and honor that. And let's love us, love our own true nature, our own self, even our part that messes up sometimes. Somewhere along the line recently I heard a quote said something about, you don't have to do it perfect or right. It can be messy, but just do what you're guided to do and called to do. It can be messy. It doesn't matter. That's a good permission. And I have done a lot of Buddhist practice, and in a lot of the teachings and meditations, we do what we call extending the merit, according to the merit that we gathered through these practices out to the world. So there's a song I'd like to share with you called Salam Shalom. And this song came to me at a very difficult time. Can you hear me okay? When our country was bombing Iraq in the so-called shock and awe campaign. And it was so troubling. I was watching some news footage. It was so troubling. I turned off the TV and I cried out to Spirit, Spirit, help me. I can't deal with this. Send me a song to deal with this. And Spirit sent this song. And I am proposing that we not only listen to it, but to the degree you want to, you can sing along. It's only 4 words. And the words are salam in Arabic, shalom in Hebrew, shanti in East Indian languages, I'm not sure which, and peace in English. And when I was about to record it, I asked Pete Seda, a Muslim man that used to live in this area and that taught a lot, along with Rabbi Zaslow, who was the head of this congregation, could I use the word salam in a song and put it on an album? He said, oh yes, very good. And he said, something you may not know is in Arabic and in Islam, salam, the word for peace, is considered a name of God. And so then I went and checked with Rabbi Zaslow here. I was right in this place asking him, could I just use the, salam shalom, the Jewish word for peace, the Hebrew word for peace, in the song and on the album? And he said, oh yes, definitely. And I said, well, Pete Seda, who was a friend of his, the Muslim man, he said, salam, the Arabic word for peace, is a word for God, a name of God. And Rabbi Zaslow said, in Judaism, it is also, shalom is also a name of God. So that elevated what I was singing about. I realized it's more than I thought. And so the words are simple, salam, shalom, shanti, peace. And we'll let Jesse play us out. We'll sing to it, and he may fade it after a while, but I invite you to sing along. Let's sing in peace in our hearts throughout this year, peace in the world and between all beings throughout this year. Let's sing it into being. The world. Salam, shalom, shanti, peace. Salam, shalom, shanti, peace. Salam, shalom, shanti, peace. Salam, shalom, invoke peace throughout the world, as I said, and I had fun thinking to myself, even if peace just went to all the continents where these languages are spoken, that's a lot of places. So it gets around. Yeah. Blessings to you. Yeah, may peace be with you. Despite any unpeaceful things that come, there's always that undercurrent of peace you can call upon. Yeah, for yourselves, each one of you, and for this world of ours. Why not? Blessed be. Blessings on your new year, your true you, living your true year, your new year.